Nobody.
Peace.
Right.
Yahweh said it himself.
That's right.
You heard the expression, one of the jobs done right? Do it yourself. And we would never know where we got that
right.
saying from. We got it from Yahweh, didn't know.
Right.
See? You understand? Read.
Made of a woman,
Made of a woman.
born under the law.
She's born under the law.
There it is.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Work. I'm going to be working all this. This is Adam. And I don't know how many times the Son used to do this. This is a sled line. Right?
Right.
This is a crucifixion line.
Right.
This is first, second, third world. You
Right.
understand? This is the time where Moses, in Mount Sinai, received the law. You understand?
Right.
So now he gave them the law. Here, 1490.
All right.
Not 1491.
Right.
Right.
1490, because from the dedication of Solomon's temple down to his dedicating his body on the day of Pentecost, no, from going out of here, 490 years to dedicating the Solomon's temple, from there is 1,000 years. And then to reach Pentecost, where he dedicated his spiritual body and raised everybody from the dead.
That's right.
All right.
You understand? So that's 1490, not 1491. No more souls in the vision in 1931.
All right.
We just may well set this thing straight.
Right.
And while I'm there, every school has in it a witness against himself.
Peace, Dad.
John, 1930.
There it is.
And the Bible said right where Yahweh exhaled it down is right where he inhaled his meat.
That's right.
And that's the verse.
Yeah.
John 1930. John means love.
Right.
Yahweh so loved us, he manifested himself one more time.
Yeah.
In the close of the day. Understand? The 930 was in the founder, not the year.
That's right.
Okay.
Do you hear me? It was in the founder, not the year. Because the year was all 33 years. You understand?
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
You got to take these 33 years and put it back on this side.
Right.
Because if you read now, read. When the fullness of time has come, read.
Yahweh sent forth his son,
Yahweh brought forth himself, or sent forth himself. And then what?
made of a woman,
Made of a woman,
born under the law,
born under the law.
to redeem them that were under the law.
See, you and I weren't under the law.
No, sir.
Right. Peace, Dad.
Sorry about that, you weren't under it.
Right.
I don't care how much you want to practice it, you weren't under it.
That's right.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
Read.
That we might receive the adoption of sons.
See it? You understand?
That's right.
So I'm saying the 33 years goes back on this side of the cross, not over here.
Right.
You see? If I really told you the truth about it, you're not in time.
All right.
Somebody said, what time is it? You talking about earth. I'm talking about in far Yahweh from the
Yeah.
same time.
All right.
And I tell you something else. We had read it. You're not in the flesh. Somebody said, what's this? Some more you don't understand. You understand? See, and the word was made flesh. You know what you're talking about.
Touch it up, Daddy.
Is it? Only the word, which is Elohim, can make anything. He made the tree, he made this, he made that, there ain't nothing he didn't make. And 12 a month.
Right.
Huh?
Yep.
And somebody say, I Yahweh didn't have any eternity. Yes, after he created it. He inhabited the garden of Eden too after he created it. But he was before it.
That's right.
Let's get this thing straight. Because see, that's where you're trying to get back to.
That's right.
Not that you've left, I'm talking about conscientiousness. That's where you're trying to get back to. It's not that you ever left Yahweh or got out of his life. And they argued with the founders. They said this to us. What time will we do out here? 3:30. Okay. They said that one time he wasn't Yahweh. See, this is what irked me about California. I'm talking about California as a whole. not any particular person. As we were tutored by the founder, when we went to conventions, they didn't bring you up to breath. They went there for with one another. Setting up rules and regulations and breaking them. Yes, they did. Okay. Didn't they, Darryl? They jumped Darryl by instructing his grandfather, gave him about making a change on the job. And Darryl said, he wasn't nice about it, but you know, they go to his grandpa. They got him off his back. Who's running this thing, you or him? Right. You understand? So what was that? I'm checking to see if you can listen. That's right. You understand? So we weren't born in law. So they kept on adding this 33 years on this side. Right. But it goes back on the other side. So 1930, okay, let's just take 1996 and take 33 years from it would be what? 1963. 63. So, you made this mistake way back here.
Right.
Go ahead.
Right.
All right.
You ain't gonna listen.
All right.
Hey.
You're just not gonna listen. But what I'm trying to get you to see, and I hope you listen at, I mean, listen. If you come here with a desire, you will be helped.
That's right.
If you come here with an argument, you're in the wrong place.
That's right.
So, but now, instead of trying to figure out the year when it shall end, what you should be looking at is the patriarch.
That's right.
See, this man worked 6 days, not the creation.
That's right.
This man worked in creating the creation.
Right.
The creation didn't work.
Right.
That's right. This one doesn't work. So he's got to fulfill it. Yeah? So now we know that Adam, you see, lived 930 years. And the founder taught that Adam died 70 years short of living all day with Yahweh. And he added this behind it, nobody paid her in the flesh.
Right. Right. That's right.
That's why they think Adam was nothing but a meat man, zone, created from the dust of the earth, confusion,
Yes, sir.
ignorance, stupid. That's been taught in Florida.
Yes.
So don't think I'm picking on any particular
no.
school. I ain't picking on nobody.
That's right.
I tell you, junk being taught. But this 70 here, you forgot where Adam comes from.
Right.
Yes.
Adam came forth in the rest.
That's right.
What do you mean rest? When he was brought forth, there was nothing for him to do.
That's right.
Tell
You did it now? Said that Yahweh told Adam to keep the garden ready. Where's the pruning fork? Where's the head scissors? Where's the lawnmower? I'm not going to keep this dress. You know I kept it dressed? You know how you keep it dressed?
Right.
By the thing Yahweh taught.
That's right.
Don't get up to go change nothing. And leave it alone.
All right.
So,
Yes.
Sir.
see, you are Yahweh. You are what you're looking for. And somebody says, well, I don't read it. Just hang around. It ain't take long. You see? And as I started to say, they said that Doc Kinley wasn't Yahweh. So he came to class there at L.A. 1040, ran. So I got 3 questions I want to ask you before I get started. Says, do you believe that the prayer that Yahshua prayed in the Garden of Gethsemane, Father, make them one as you and I, was answered on the day of Pentecost? Roll past it. Yeah! Question number 2. Do you believe that in him we live, move and have our being? Yeah. Unison. Yeah. So I got one more question. How did you get outside of Yahweh not to be him made manifest?
That's right. Yes, sir.
You look at this, cut that fool talk out and went on by the
Yes, sir.
See? Now these things are going to keep from. Let me say it seemingly in a demeaning manner. It ain't no great thing to be Yahweh.
Right. Teach that.
You know why? Because ain't none of us but him. You got a problem trying to be something else. That's where your problems come in, trying to be something you're not. You follow? And people get all mixed up, well, if I'm Yahweh, how come I get hungry? Don't you know your inner man is hungry and thirsting after righteousness?
Yeah.
Do you know that you must feed this body daily?
Yes.
You follow? So don't you know that you have to feed even in the day or daily? Don't you understand that? So, in conclusion of it, these patriarchs coming down, beginning with Adam. So,
Yes.
now, Moses lived 120 years. You can't count all of his 120 years.
That's right.
Because as Dr. Darrell Kimmy told you, Yahweh didn't deal with him. And yet, when I say Yahweh didn't deal with him, ain't nobody has dealt with him.
All right.
Right.
But I'm talking about from a knowledgeable understanding.
Right.
You see, Yahweh dealt with him by him delivering him at the time the death decree went out. Yahweh's working with him.
Right.
You follow me? And I can go on and say Elohim was the only one drawn out
Right.
of pure spirit, and Moses typifies the only one drawn out of the water.
Right.
I know all that.
Okay.
But I'm talking about as far as Moses being aware of it.
Right.
You understand? He didn't deal with him till after he was 40 years old, 80 years old in the wilderness.
That's
All
right.
right there.
So you can't count all of the 120 years of Noah. Moses.
Right.
You see? Noah was 480 years old
Yeah.
Right.
when Yahweh appeared to him. So you can't count 480 years.
All right.
All
You see?
right.
And however old you are.
Right.
Right.
You understand? You can't count all your years.
Right.
Right.
You follow me? There's some of you in here are just babies.
Jeez.
You see? That's got gray hair.
Right.
Or maybe on Social Security. You understand? But babies in the faith.
All right.
You follow me? Methuselah himself, the longest man that ever lived, or Yahweh called to live, was nothing but a child. And even his age had to figure these 9 attributes divided in 1. 9. And then he created heaven and earth in 6 days. And went on back in to 9. That's his Methuselah's age.
That's right.
Follow? 9, 6, 9.
Do it, brother.
Wow. You want to understand. I'm trying to give you the keys to it. Dr. Carl S. Gross said, you know what? Said, Glenn, Dr. Kinley gave his son Glenn the keys to unlock the mystery, and Glenn used them and unlocked it. And that's what the keys are. For you to unlock.
Right.
You can, all that you can know, no man can teach you.
Right.
That's not an excuse. But we can give you the key.
Yes.
You follow me? You want to know something? Yes. Let me show you. Let me show you. Right quick. And this is another thing that's going around. And I know where it started, too.
All right.
And I got the book upstairs. You see? And you see, this is what makes the erroneous doctrine sound good. See that Noah was up on the water 40 days and 40 nights. Uh-huh. Yeah. They don't mess with the 40 back here.
No.
They don't know. They started here. But if it was 40 here, then it wasn't here. You know? And if it was 40 here, there's a 40 here, and then we know it was 40 here. See, so you get used to hearing blood, water, spirit, force. Right, Doug? Blood, water, spirit, force. Where's the force? I'm gonna do it, I don't care if I do get dirty. Carry me, Christ! And never once seen that the 40 was in the spirit.
That's right.
Adam was in the spirit. There's the 40. Here it is down here. This has been on the elementary side ever since it was made. Blood, water, spirit, and the holy place. Therefore, Messiah says, when you shall therefore see the abomination, desolation, spoken by Prophet Daniel, stand in the courtroom, stand in the holy place. Now look, I did it this morning. I want to repeat. Yahweh, Elohim, Yahweh. The most holy face, Yahweh. The holy face, Elohim. The court round about Yahweh. So when Yahweh was telling them standing in the holy place, what do you think he's telling them stand? Standing him in them. That's what he say, you abide in me and I in you. And Lord, I'm with you. Always. Papa, to the end of the age. But when he said stand in the holy place, he's not talking about no geographical location. Stand in him that's dwelling in you. Wake up! I'm not saying that to you.
I understand.
You're in school, wake up! That will dispel any road attack. It'll keep you from being troubled. And then, when you have the Holy Spirit, it does not trouble you.
Right.
It's a comforter.
That's right.
So now, to repeat. I came here and I got jumped on. Right there in Springfield.
That's right.
I was thrown around.
That's right.
Thrown around on my feet. You took the party out. You understand?
Right.
I've never treated nobody like that.
No.
It's not necessary. You see, if anything I say you don't understand, ask me about it. You're not going to start knocking me around
That's right. Be careful.
or swinging me around and putting your finger up in my face.
Right. Hey.
So, here's what you see. From the door, right, going in the holy place. From the door to the lampstand, it's 10 steps. From the lampstand to the altar, then 10 steps. That's a prayer. Then from the altar, then back to the table shoe bed, it's 10. That makes 30. Ain't that pretty? There's a little table back the door. That's 40. Very good, right? That's a damn lie. And frankly speaking, I was surprised
All right, then.
that Springfield even bought it.
Right. Yes, sir.
I was shocked. Because it was never taught here
That's right.
by the man that founded the school.
Yes, sir.
Never taught. Now, here's the thing I'm trying to get everybody to see. All you have to do, you haven't seen this on an illustrator.
Right.
You see, you haven't seen this image. Only pictures or illustrations on the top.
Yes, sir.
But you have seen your body,
Yes, sir.
which is the tabernacle and the temple
Yes.
in one embodiment. You understand? You have seen that. So what if you say, well, I didn't see that back then? You got a body that's down here now. That's why Yahweh had to make this body like this.
Yes.
Said Paul like, what?
Sweet.
Don't you know your body, the tabernacle, and the person got to be the same way? Now answer me this question. Do you have 10 centimeters between the heart and the aorta?
No, sir. In trouble.
Or let me say another. Is the aorta on one side and the heart on the other?
No.
It's not there.
Right.
I got jumped on for pressing.
That's right.
Now, the founder said and taught that the 7-branch lampstand was not facing this way.
Right.
It was facing this way.
Right.
But he didn't have an artist that could paint it. Where you could see 7 branches.
Right.
So he turned it. So what's he doing? Drawing out the vision and making it plain.
Yeah.
This is the same one that gave the command to draw out the vision and make it plain. He followed his own law.
All right.
You understand?
Yes.
Yes,
And
sir.
he took the table of shewbread and set it over here. So you can draw it out and make it plain. But the table of shewbread was like this.
Right.
Read it sometime. And Judy Carr got up, and when they busted me, Judy Carr, his favorite, got up and cleansed right and read it.
That's right.
Go ahead.
They still didn't accept it.
That's right.
And I'm telling you, it's wrong.
Yay.
That's some of them flaws. That's some of them spots. That's some of them wrinkles that have been caused to immortality.
That's right.
Exactly. I want to read it. Exodus 26:35.
Read Exodus what?
26:35.
Exodus 26:35. And then he wrote a book about
Hey.
Right. And thou shalt set the table without the veil and the lampstand over against
it. See, over against it.
the table on the side of the tabernacle toward the south.
See that now?
All right. Go ahead, then.
Now, in doctrine and making the elementary chart, he said there's some things he took apart.
Right.
Like he did it here.
Yes, sir.
You see? Now, when you form the labor,
Yeah.
the kidneys are on either side of the body.
Right.
Right? So he had to pull those together
Right.
and show you how they form the labor.
Right.
There has nothing that has been done that has not been for the edification of those that came,
Right.
that wanted to receive the vision and the teaching from the revelation given to us by the Son. It was nothing done. Our fee paid the 40 pay shop. All of us have worked with him. And yet we get that his kids resisted him, his kids fought with him. That's not true.
Go ahead, then.
And let me say this to you. If we deny what our Father taught, it's our fault, not his.
That's right.
It wasn't that he did not teach us.
All right.
That he was against us or was not teaching. Yes, sir. He sat and taught us. He drunk us as little children off the class.
Go ahead.
We had no choice. We had no say so.
Yes, sir.
We were too young to make those kind of decisions. You know? So we were made together. You understand? Or taking whether we wanted to go or not.
Yes, sir.
And no, we didn't catch on. You see? But as we begin to learn everything he said from my childhood up, he brought back to my remembrance.
All right. All right.
You understand?
Yes.
Nothing. Now, okay. So these are the things I'm saying. You've got to take this pattern. And what we've done, in order to get you to use it, we had a better one that we got misplaced. But anyhow, we took this pattern, here, like this, you see? And you slide it over anything you want to look at.
Yes.
And see how everything's going to work by that pattern. Don't make no difference what it is. See? Even break it down over this.
All right. Okay.
It'll expose the mystery of iniquity or the great lies there in the city.
Right.
What it is. It takes this to expose it.
That's right. Yes, sir.
This is what we're trying to get you.
That's right.
Yahweh said that just read Hebrews 8:5.
Yeah.
Right.
See, I don't do a lot of quotes. I mean, a lot of reading. You understand? I don't want to take the time. And there's nothing wrong with it, but I don't want to take the time. So I just hit here and there and keep going. Then tell you where to look it up if you want to find it.
Right.
Read.
Hebrews 8:5.
Uh-huh.
Who serve unto the example and shadow of heavenly things,
Uh-huh.
as Moses was admonished of Elohim when he was about to make the tabernacle.
And when it was about, you understand? Before he got started. Yahweh said, hey, make sure you do it like you want to do it.
No.
Can't do that.
Read.
For see, saith he,
Yes.
that thou make all things according to the pattern showed to thee in the mount.
See?
Right.
Sir.
Right? Now listen, folks, this is the pattern of heavenly things.
It is.
Well,
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
what is the heavenly thing?
Tell it.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Right.
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 And this is no good without this in it.
That's right.
And that's what's instructed. Moses, make me a tabernacle. That you and the children of Israel might as well.
Yes, sir.
Guess what? That's what you are.
Yes,
You ought to be able to put together who's dwelling in it.
that's right.
You see?
Yes, sir.
So, and don't let nothing like this through.
All right.
I'm gonna try to. I'm Yahweh in the Bible.
Teach Dad.
Well, I was Yahweh, I was myself. Who do you think takes on? Who do you think comes down and gets up?
Right. Right.
It sure ain't you. But the devil said, see, Nathan, if you was really for Yahweh, you wouldn't have fell down like that. You see? You understand? That's some satanic stuff.
Yes, sir, it is.
What is it?
That's right, sir.
I'm working. You got it now?
Yeah.
So I'm saying to you, don't let those things bother you. You get a stomach upset, you know what that shows you? You're trying to digest something that ain't true.
All right.
You follow me? Something you eat may upset your stomach. Like, you don't have the Holy Spirit, you're the devil. That'll upset you. You can't digest that. See, learn how to upright things. Quit thinking, well, who's going to say I was the devil? You got more power than Yahweh's got. You give him power.
Right.
Yahweh never told you you were the devil. If you were the devil, you didn't know it. Somebody said, how can you say you were Yahweh all along and you didn't know it?
That's true.
You follow? Till he revealed it. And I'm saying to you, in all humility, humble, everything he's revealed, you take to heart. You keep it. You understand? Because it's that will make up an immortal glorification of spiritual body.
That's right.
And that body is not limited.
Hallelujah.
So you will be able to take on a body at will and appear to anticipate. So
Yeah.
that's some of the power that goes along with this stuff.
Yeah.
And this is what some of them in the school say. They think once you're dead, that's it. I'm sorry.
Right.
There will be a universal revelation.
All right.
Yes, hallelujah.
You see? For you're going to have to give account of the deeds done while you were yet tabernacle, or those erroneous things that you taught while you were still in this body. Not what, if I get up and say, Nathan, I don't like you. Bam! Nathan gets up and argues with my aunt. Nathan's crazy as I am.
Go ahead.
You find out what happened up here.
Yeah.
Because this is not, my hand striking him was not to blame.
Right.
All right.
It's what was in me that did that my members really worked accordingly. You see, but if you take that out of me, I guarantee the hand won't be smiting, won't be hurting. You see? And you begin to use them for what they're giving you, Senator.
That's
What the
right.
hands are given to embrace, to hold, and then to love.
Yes.
That's
You
right.
understand? Embrace the truth. That's what the hands are for.
Yes. Right.
You understand? Your legs are giving you to stand in the truth.
Yeah.
That's what those things are for. That's what those things symbolize. And they got another thing about the Adam. This is Adam's finger. This is Eve, the trigger. That's a bunch of stupidity. The God never done nothing like that.
All right.
You understand? And listen, I don't say I'm hurt. I'm hurt.
Yes, it's all right.
Where did you get it from?
Yeah.
What are you thinking about? This is what the founder said about it. The hand. All the time you don't believe that there were 10 commandments that came down from Mount Sinai. You got 10 arms, 10 fingers that come down from the top of the body. Right? And all the time you don't believe that there were 10 plagues down in Egypt. You got 10 toes. That's as far as he went with. He didn't go in a long, drawn-out explanation of this bone and that bone and this is trigger finger, that's Eve, this. Well, what about who's this over here? This is Adam, this is Eve, this is Cain. Who's this over here? You got 2 Adams now? Please, what's going on?
Going away, man.
That's foolishness. And listen, if that was Adam and that was Eve or whatever it ain't gonna save.
That's right.
There's no glorification in it. There's no, you understand? There's just nothing in it. We want to come to an absolute, profound knowledge of Yahweh and His purpose and cosmic and at the top.
Yeah.
That's what we want to know.
That's right.
And it's given to us a divine right to want to know. We were told when we were groping out there in the world, all things were not for us to know.
Right.
Lord, behold, we found out. The Spirit searches all things.
Right.
Yea, the deep things.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can't answer. You just say, whatever you ask me for,
Right.
I'll give it to you.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's
As
right.
Dr. Darrell said again. We were taught that, Satan and his ministers taught that junk,
Yeah.
or the doctrines of the world.
Yeah.
And it has no place in this school.
That's right.
It has no place. You understand? Dr. Kinley has said Yahweh has taken special pains to abolish our colossal stupidity and ignorance. You see?
Yes, sir.
Romans 1:19-20 says we don't have no excuse.
Yeah.
You understand?
That's right.
The second chapter said, therefore thou, old man, thou art any fool. You don't have no excuse
That's right.
for the ignorance and the stupidity and big talking. You don't have no excuse for it.
All right.
That's right, man.
There's always somebody trying to take what the fellow did and top him.
Yes, sir.
Right.
He said it.
That's right.
Teach that.
You know? Always wanted to go one better than the pound. You can't do that.
That's right.
That's right.
And I'm telling you, the founder, you can say what you want to say about me or him or anybody else, or Dr. Carl Brother, it don't make no difference. But he was Yahweh made manifest.
That's right.
Yeah.
I saw that. And I didn't see Henry C. Kinley.
All right.
Go ahead.
I was made to know by Elohim that that was the vessel that he was taking up residence in. The priest's gospel of the kingdom. That's what we showed.
It's all right there.
So, and I found himself could not tell me no more. Not that he would. That he was not Yahweh.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes, sir.
You understand? And this is what I want you to do. Father, make them one. Not separated. You see? And I'm trying to identify those patriarchs. You see? As they come down, that's an invisible L working down through here. You understand? And so then that man, working in the man.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
The tabernacle, or the temple working in the tabernacle.
Right.
Right.
You understand me now when I say that?
Yes, yes.
Working 6 days, then shall the end come. You see?
Yes.
And I tried to give you a clue this morning. When you see men all over the world,
That's right.
now we're back to heaven, you guys.
Yes, sir. All right.
Because that gospel was preached by him, transforming the every day of creation back to himself.
Work it
You
there.
see? And John, let's have that. John 1:1.
Yeah. Right. All right.
In the beginning was the Word.
See, in the beginning, because he was the beginning.
Uh-huh. Right.
You understand?
Oh.
Elohim was the beginning.
All right.
Or first cause of all creation. Read.
And the Word was with
The
Yahweh.
word was with Yahweh.
And the Word was Yahweh.
Yep, I don't see what the problem is. You see? Read.
The same was in the beginning with Yahweh.
Uh-huh.
All things were made by him.
All things were made by him.
Right.
See, we haven't understood how it was made by him. Just transformed it.
Right.
He is the day. He is the night.
Yes.
He is the light. He is the all-enough.
Yes.
You see?
Yes.
He's the comfort. He's the peace. That's what we're talking about when men shall say peace. You understand?
Right.
But when he says peace, this is what he said before he was crucified. He said, my peace, I'm taking with me yours. He said, my peace, I leave with you. And that's the peace we're looking for.
Yes, it is.
You understand? That's the thing to reconcile whites and blacks and Indians. All understand?
right.
And this gospel, that's what the founder wanted to know. How is Yahweh, or God as he called him, reconcile all men? How do you expect
Cry out, Father. Yes.
for you to be able to reconcile the world and you can't get along with one another?
Right.
Let's throw that right back in your face. And then how come you and Nathan's cousin, first cousin, or cousin, y'all can't get along, and you say this doctor reconcile?
Right. All right.
What are you going to want Glenn and Nathan and Frank going to do with the rest of the world?
right.
Y'all can't get along.
Make a play with that.
That was not what he asked for.
No.
Said, I was Yahweh or God. That's what he called him at that time. Reconcile. You see? And I wrote it. We got it from him. At 9 o'clock, just shortly before 9 o'clock. That's what he was saying. That was his prayer. At 9 o'clock, straight up. So how do you know at 9 o'clock straight up? Because the pattern dictates it.
That's right.
When the high priest had performed the service.
Yeah.
You understand? He had to be standing at the altar of incense at what time? 9 o'clock in the morning. You understand?
Teach that. That's right. Taught us well.
And as Darrell also said, Dr. King, he said, Yahweh is in his holy temple, but the whole earth stands solid before him. So, I'm telling you, that man whose picture you see here,
Yes, sir.
yes,
Yes, sir.
Yahweh himself,
Yes, sir.
there is none else to come. What we must come to is what he taught.
Right.
You see? He left you. You understand? A son. What did he say? Glenn, a son in you. To teach you all things. You follow? If you follow after this, or you follow after that, you shall suffer long.
That's right.
So I'm following Glenn. Don't be following me nowhere. Then someone say, well, you know, all they're doing is following me. Well, if they follow you, who they follow? You? Who they follow if they follow you? I'm telling you, don't even follow yourself. Okay? You follow him that's in you. That's what I'm telling you. You understand? But that's the truth. Now, I begin to lay a groundwork. We're going to work with it.
Yeah.
Now, I want you to come, because there's a lot of things I'm going to show you that's in the scriptures that are in the writings that's not correct.
All right.
The doctrine is not correct.
All right.
And show you how to discern. Now, this is what I'm saying, in conclusion. If, come here, use my wife.
Show enough your Bible.
Now, if I can't take this body, we got a dispute. And I can't take your body, which you say is the tabernacle or temple of Yahweh, and correct the mistakes that you're teaching. Then what do I use?
Right.
That's right.
Tell me, what do I use? What common ground have I got to deal with?
Yes.
So I go in the heart. You follow me?
Yes.
And the order comes right off of it. That'll settle the argument.
Yes,
All
sir.
right.
And you should love me. You can have him show it to you.
Yeah.
Not want to fight with me about it.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Do you understand? You should want to fight me. I love you enough to tell you that's an error. That's a spot. That's a blemish.
Yes.
Don't accept that. Don't hold to that. It's not true. So, and we had it read. You see, that the lampstand was the table she built was against the lamp.
Yeah.
And that's the way it is in your tabernacle. And this Luke Center, please. That's my wife's mother.
That's right.
You see?
Show enough.
So, this came out of that. You see? From Danny. Where are you? That's their son. That's their brother.
Right.
What I'm trying to do is get something so you see. These came out of her. From Ginger, Santa, Eileen, Monique, Santa. Those came out of this.
Right.
Now, this is what we got to do to make them think. Always make a long story, and they got children. They came out of them.
That's right.
But what we must do, we must take these children, put them back in their mama.
Work.
Right.
Take this mother, put it back in her mother.
Yeah.
Take that mother, put it back in, you understand?
Right.
In Yahweh. You understand? Because Yahweh may be all and all through all that. That's what we got to do. We got to, just as Yahweh drew it out. That's what we must take it back. But as we draw it out and look at it, we find that this is just like that. That's that. That's that. You see, we've got to understand it. You follow?
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
That's what we want to come to. An absolute found understanding. And I promise, If you come and you give me attention, I'll do all I can to help you. That's all I can do.
That's right.
And I'm not your savior.
That's right.
Allow me to vote, and yet I am.
That's right. That's right. Yes, sir.
Save you from the dip. I'm not talking about salvation under salvation that way. I'm going to save you from the stuff that's being taught.
That's right.
I can teach you stuff that'll save you from being tormented like that. See? All you have to do is take what thus said Yahweh. And I hope, and I pray, that I said something that will spark you to want to come on back and be inspired to all the rest of the church. May Yahweh continue to bless you. And thank you for your attention.
Thank you, Dr. Kinley. Dr. Kinley. We'll be holding lectures here.
Don't do that. I already got heart problems. But I want to, before I begin a discourse, all of you asked me about my sister yesterday.
Yes, sir.
So this is my sister.
All right. All right, Jerry, do it. Stand up.
Yeah. All right.
There's two of us left,
Yes.
and I'm especially glad to have her with us today.
Yes, sir.
She will be here as much as possible.
All right.
When I was here in '94, I had met a man, John Manning,
All right.
and I kept telling you about it.
Yes.
So now you have the opportunity to meet him. John Manning, would you stand up?
All right.
Now, Billy Henderson got him started, and he directed John to come and talk to me. So when I was here staying with my sister, he came and we had a good time together.
All right.
And not last, but not least, Ted Smith.
Yeah.
And here was his wife. If you that don't remember, Ted was the drummer for the Spinners for years.
That's right.
And he's even on video and the tape shows of the Spinners. And that's how we all got acquainted.
Yes.
And we were looking for Roger and Perry, and I'm glad to see they made it. And if I missed anybody, I beg your forgiveness. I'm just filled up.
All right.
Now, I hope you enjoyed class.
Oh, yeah. Great.
There's a lot of things said and right down to the meat and the crust of what we came here for.
Yes.
And I understand their plight in trying to expound so great a mystery. We all have problems with it.
That's right.
But we rely upon him that's in you to upright, correct, teach you as we try to utter this great mystery.
Yes, sir.
Because we recognize our sufficiency is not of ourselves, as flesh and blood, but it is a sufficiency of Yahweh.
Yes.
Right.
Now, as I've often said, and it's been said before I became a teacher, that there is a way that seemeth right. Right?
Yes, sir.
And this is Solomon. that there's a way that seemeth right, but the end thereof is what? The way of destruction.
Yeah.
Now, that's what we more or less all of us are raised up to. The ways of destruction.
Yes.
Now, it didn't seem that way at first. We thought we were doing what God, as we thought his name was, or Lord Jesus, whatever.
Right.
We thought this was pleasing him.
Yes.
That's right.
But now, we find that those things were fulfilled. Nailed to the cross, and there was no pleasure in them.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
There wasn't meant to be any pleasure in them. So, now, to differentiate, and I'm struggling to differentiate, there was a time that would lead you up to the Messiah, as Dr. Michael Artis told us. When the water baptism and eating Passover and stuff, it was the schoolmaster that lead you up. They don't lead you nowhere now.
That's right.
Because it's been fulfilled. In other words, all the power that was in it to lead you up to it has now been taken away. You have the reality of it now. That's what I'm trying to say. See, we don't want to, in other words, you don't eat your way up into the kingdom.
Teach.
They didn't eat.
That's right.
You can't drown yourself up into the kingdom. You understand? You can't walk into the kingdom. You have to be translated.
Right. Do it there.
So now this is what this school is all about. And it's a hard thing to get across because people are in traditions and customs, and we're just rooted and grounded. People will say that Christmas, you know, I'm just talking general here. Christmas doesn't seem like Christmas unless it snows.
Right.
You say, it just don't seem like Merry Christmas. See, that's because you just used it. Somebody told you that was Christmas.
Yeah.
And so you just get in that thing, you know, and it's hard to approve that thing. You know what I mean? And then you feel odd. I'm trying to say something encouraging. You feel odd in that everybody else is doing this.
Yeah.
Can all of us be wrong? Yeah. You and your whole family got it wrong. Oh, my. And so we had to come, those are all the ways condensed. There were the ways there were destruction, in there was destruction.
Yeah.
We come to find out, you can find out or you can know when he was born,
That's right.
All right.
when or what he was doing,
Yes.
fulfilling the law and the prophets.
Yes, sir.
See? And you have to follow him down as he does that.
Yes, sir.
Now, let me lay a little groundwork here, because we don't have very long before we're going to eat, and then we'll open up and start saying it, so get prepared.
Yeah.
Now, back here, which most schools do, they start the migratory pattern down here in Egypt.
Right.
That's incorrect.
That's right.
That's not correct.
Right.
That's wrong. It doesn't begin down here. See, it begins in Canaan's land.
Yes, sir.
Now, the promise that was given to Abraham was given in Canaan's land.
That's right.
So now, if you want the promise of eternal life, you're going to have to go to Canaan land. And I'm not talking about geographical Canaan land. You understand? You're going to have to come up to where Yahweh is in that heavenly state and receive it.
Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Now, somebody said, well, how do you lay up things in heaven? So,
Yes, sir.
Messiah gave that expression, lay up treasure in heaven,
Yes.
where moth and corruption cannot,
That's right.
what? Destroy or rot. You see? And anybody in here ever seen somebody that you haven't seen in a long time say, where have you been? Say, I just made a deposit in heaven.
Please stand down.
Anybody ain't met anybody said that to you?
No.
Well, see, now, you can't believe, listen to me now, you can't believe to lay up treasures in heaven if you don't see how it can be done.
Right.
Because your concept of heaven is way above the sun, moon, and stars.
Right.
You don't recognize heaven is right here.
Right.
And as you learn the mysteries of Yahweh, you're laying up treasures in heaven where no man can take them away from you.
That's right.
You understand? threefold.
Yes.
The Father, the Word, the Holy Spirit. These three are one, not three, one. Right?
Yes.
And everything you see, since it's created by Him and for Him, and without Him there was nothing made that was made, then everything has to carry that threefold characteristic.
Yes.
You speak in past, present, future tense. You know any other way to talk?
No, sir.
I don't either.
Go ahead.
People said, I don't like what he just said. I'm going home. You get in your car, you got gas, well, I don't know what.
Right.
You know, there's no way you can escape it.
That's right. No way.
So that's the peace. You see, that's the heavenly state we're trying to get you to understand in. You see? You follow me? And I've said this like, somebody said, how many times was Elizabeth Taylor married? First of all, it ain't none of your business.
That's right.
You know? And once you find out how many times she's been married, what did that help you do? So now you know, but it's of no value.
Right.
So we want to know those things that make up immortality, that cannot die.
Yeah.
That's what we want to know.
Yes.
We want to know after this creation passes out of existence, is there yet
All right.
a self-existing deity that we can be with? We want to know, is there life after death? We want to know, where do we come from? Where are we going?
Help us.
And who is with us as we pass or sojourn through this earth state? Who's with us
Yes, sir. He himself.
and not against us?
Yeah.
I hope I'm getting across. This is a great work. I've seen it.
Yes.
Somebody said, I don't believe it. I don't care.
That's right.
All my job is to tell you.
That's it.
You saw? I have no quarrel with nobody.
That's right.
You saw? You can't do nothing to make me hate you.
That's right.
You saw? I don't have any hate. I said yesterday, I don't have any hatred in me to hate you with.
That's right.
And that's what you have to have hatred in you to hate somebody with.
That's right.
And just like that, in a negative sense, you have to have love in you to love somebody.
Right.
And what I'm talking about, love and hate, I'm talking about love of the truth and those that hate the truth. That's what I'm really talking about.
Yeah. Right.
And there's some in these schools that despise or hate the truth.
That's right.
Because it's the thing that sets you free.
Yeah.
And you're not bowed down to them anymore.
Yeah. Right.
Whomsoever the Son of Yahweh has set free, is free indeed. Free for what? Free to go back and look at anything Yahweh puts.
Hallelujah.
God says, look Yahweh all over.
Yeah.
Decide whether you like him or not.
That's right.
You can examine these things.
Yeah.
Now, as was said by the schoolmaster that was set up
Yeah.
by the law. And I might do this here. And let this be the clue and the answer to what we teach now.
Yeah.
We did it yesterday. We're going to see it all.
All right.
This is Adam. Floodline. Right?
Yes, sir.
Crucifixion. Now it was here in 1490.
All
And I
right.
went through that yesterday.
Yes, sir.
You see, that Israel is brought out through the tunneled up waters of the Red Sea.
Yeah.
But not divided,
Right.
but tunneled up.
All right.
You see, in other words, well, I don't want to leave with it, but it was tunneled up. In other words, they didn't walk through the Red Sea and look up and see the sky. Somebody said, can you prove that? Yeah, when you were being born, you couldn't look up through your mother
Yeah.
and see nothing. You had to go through nothing. But anyhow, this is my cardinal point. I'm going to try to stay with that. There is no way for Moses to have gotten back to Adam.
Right.
And then 5 days before Adam, except Yahweh showed it to him.
Right.
That meant that Moses had to have
All right.
been given a panoramic vision.
All right.
Yeah.
What did Moses know
Right. That's right.
about Noah? He didn't know them. And understand, within his Moses' vision is encounters other visions.
Right.
Right.
Yes. The vision given to Abraham is encountering the vision given to Moses. Jim. The vision Moses had, you understand, encountering that is the vision given to Noah.
Yes, sir. Yes.
You understand? It brought it all up to date. Therefore, Messiah said, go to Moses.
Right.
He's the first one I told and showed by vision.
All
All
right.
right. Yes, sir.
Then you go to the prophets.
Yes.
Those are my two witnesses. As Dr. Jason Kennedy just got through telling about
Yes, sir.
Moses there and Elias there or John there. You see?
Right.
And they were not looking at you, well, what's been wrong, bro? What's happening? You know, they witnesses the things of Yahweh.
That's right.
Made the plane.
And that's all we're interested in.
That's
Yeah.
right. Yes.
You saw me? We're not interested in what you eat, what you look like.
All right.
You saw me? Everybody looks fine to me.
Right.
That's
And
right.
all of us have got problems.
Yes.
You see? Medical problems. All of us got problems.
That's right.
You see? Why? You know, the devil wants you to think Yahweh's punishing you.
Uh-huh.
You haven't lived a good life. That's his doctrine.
Right.
No, I don't care. You can die like Samson, just full of health, and die.
Yeah.
You gotta go.
That's right.
That's right.
You saw me?
Yeah.
But these tabernacles, you do suffer. It's him in you that's doing the suffering.
That's right.
It's reminding you of the suffering he had went through when he was walking around in a body.
Yes, sir.
Quit griping, quit complaining.
All right.
You saw me?
Yes.
You saw me? We know this. If this earthly house be dissolved,
All right.
it shall be. We have another. Prayer 50,000 in there. That's the one we want. That body that thou sowest is not that body that shall be.
That's right.
And that's proven in nature. You plant that seed, whatever seed you plant is not the same seed you get back.
That's right.
And it's also in parabolic expression. If you want to know Yahweh, you got to sow that carnal mind.
Right.
You got to sow that physical mind that it might be raised a spiritual mind.
Right.
Okay.
Somebody said, I ain't going to do it. Well, you ain't going to get nothing.
That's right.
Just like if you want to take the peach seed or the rose or the corn and plant it, you ain't going to get no corn.
That's right.
All you got is an inanimate seed there.
Yeah.
Yeah. You understand?
Yeah.
Paul expresses, thou fool, how can that be quickened?
Yeah.
Except it be sown.
Right.
Yeah. If a man thinks himself to be wise,
Yeah.
let him first become a fool.
Right.
For what reason? That he might become wise.
Right.
Not nobody trying to make no fool out of nobody.
Well, here's it.
So then Moses, getting back, he was taken back. And this demonstrated there on the chart. You see? And showed how Yahweh created the heaven and earth. Day one in the chronological, I don't want to go, you understand? You follow?
Yes.
Now this was after the slaying of the lamb down in Egypt.
All
You
right.
saw me?
Yes.
When he showed him that vision.
That's right.
You see?
Yes.
Because it's got to coincide. This migratory pattern has to coincide. You follow?
All right.
With the pattern of the creation.
Right.
The creation and the migration goes together. As one of the speakers said today. Watch.
Okay.
I just filled up here.
All
All
right.
right.
All right.
So just bear with me. It is take the days of creation. Quiet. Now, so you got the 7-branch lampstand, right?
Yes, sir.
So it's got to come down.
Go ahead.
Working.
All right.
You understand? There's a 7-branch lampstand.
Yes.
Lighting up the creation.
Yes.
So,
Yes, sir.
in other words, this branch is the first day.
Yes,
This
sir.
is the second day.
Yes, sir.
This is the third day.
Call 'em.
And when you follow the events, you find out these events line up perfect.
All right.
That's
You
right.
follow?
Yes.
That's
In Goshen,
Come on.
since oil went down into the base also. You follow me?
Yes.
There was light in Goshen.
Yes.
Oil anointing in Goshen.
All right.
And it came up out of Goshen. You understand?
Yes.
You follow me?
Working, Dad.
And we're going to go forth. Goshen. You understand? You understand?
Yes.
Go ahead.
It's a great work.
Yes.
It's a great work.
Yes.
Now, there's nothing beyond that. You don't want to be like Satan. Well, what about this? Or is there something better than that? That's it.
That's great enough.
You know? And this is the light before sunlight or cosmic light.
Yes.
You see? Why? Because he's the light.
That's right.
He doesn't need a light for something to be lit up. He's the light.
Yes.
Now, so then Abraham's seed had to come down. Because this is the seed of Yahweh.
Right.
You see, that's coming down. And we got it on the chart. So on the third day, seed, Abraham, seed of Abraham. Yahweh, seed of Abraham.
Yes, Dad.
See?
That's right.
So it's got to come down. You follow?
Yes.
And then, oh, come on. Just like Sarah being too old.
Yes, Dad.
You follow me? Abraham, or Abram, and not too old to bear children.
Right.
You follow me? So against all obstacles.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes.
Yahweh called Abraham to perform and Sarah to bear children. You understand? You follow me? You understand? Because the womb of Mother Earth
All
was
right.
closed up
Yes.
to down to the gave birth to Adam. You understand what I'm talking about? You understand? All these things are working in harmony with that purpose. In other words, it's line upon line, precept upon precept. All we try to do is give you the key, and you unlock it.
Right.
You see? You understand?
Yes.
So now this is the land. So Abraham had to first come down in the land he knew not of.
That's right.
You see?
That's
In
right.
other words, Abraham's not going to go somewhere Yahweh ain't already been.
All right.
And Yahweh never asked anybody to do something, and except he's done it first.
That's right.
So,
Yes.
when he tells Moses to make me a tabernacle, remember he's already made the tabernacle of the universe.
That's right.
You understand?
Yes.
When he tells Noah to make an ark, don't forget he moved upon the face of the earth.
Go ahead, Dad.
You understand?
Yes.
This is the glory, this is the beauty, this is the peace, this is the comfort that you can come to.
Yes.
So,
That's right.
you can have millions of dollars and not be happy.
That's right.
You can have everything you want in this life and not be happy. Because you have to have happiness and peace and joy in you to enjoy that you're looking at. You understand?
That's right.
It's like the son you say, here's a woman that goes to the market, selects food, right? Brings it home and prepares it, sets it on the table. Or and you come and eat it, Lord, make stuff, and you found if he made you to be there, he's changed you.
Yes.
Yes. Because can't you appreciate somebody caused it to grow, somebody went and got it,
Come on.
you follow me? Somebody prepared it, set it before you. You mean I have to make you give thanks?
Jeez, Dad.
Oh, my. That's
We don't know what.
When somebody gives something to you that's pleasing, aren't you thankful?
Yeah.
It's an inward expression. You're just grateful.
Right.
Yeah.
So getting back. Come on. So then Abraham came down,
Yes, sir.
you see, and he dwelt in tents because they're going to dwell in tents here.
All right.
See, he dwelt in tents, right?
Right.
And while I'm there, Abraham wasn't no poor man.
No, sir.
Right.
You see, because this ain't no poor man.
All right.
See, now he came down, and when he went down to eat, he knew as I said today, he knew what Satan was going to do.
Yes.
Adam knew what Satan was going to do.
Yes.
Abraham knew what Satan was going to do.
All right.
He had to go after his bride. The angels are the bride of Elohim.
Yeah.
Eve is the bride, you understand, of Adam. Sarah's the bride of Abraham.
That's right.
Don't you see, he knows what's going to happen? It's happening all over again. And listen, we that were tutored by the thousand, here's some others raising up trying to break the bride of Yahweh. By teaching the erroneous doctrine, he never taught. And this is what I'm going to say, and I'm not mad. Don't you do like Christians do. Go start your own damn school.
That's right. That's right.
Be man enough to go start your own mess.
Yeah.
We like this mess we're in.
Yeah.
Because this mess was proven to us. And we don't want you messing with us. And these fools need to stop walking around like they got something ain't nobody else got.
Right.
You don't have it.
That's right.
The only difference is you've been made to know and understand, and that your fellow man has yet to come to it. And you ought to be willing to help him to come to it. If it means anything to you at all.
That's right.
So then Abraham told Sarah, the king's going, when we get down there, you tell him I'm your brother.
Yeah.
Isn't that right?
Yeah.
It sounds like Abraham is teaching Sarah a lie.
Come on, Dad.
But they had the same, what? Father, but they didn't have the same mother. So they were brothers and sisters.
Teach.
You follow me?
Teach, Dad.
You follow me? So then after the king down there wanted to take Sarah, you see?
Yeah.
Because she was, and Sarah wasn't no spring chicken.
Teach, Dad. That's
You know what I
right.
mean? Sarah looking good.
Yeah.
All right.
You know? Whoa, babe, you understand? But see, Satan always wants something that don't belong to him.
That's right.
We don't belong to Satan, we belong to Yahweh.
Hallelujah.
You understand? I hope you got on what I'm trying to say. So, anyhow, so after they found out that Sarah was Abraham's wife, you see, some plagues started happening when we were down there in Egypt.
All right.
Plumbing. And then the king sent for Abraham and said, why didn't you tell me?
Right.
Teach,
See,
Dad.
well, you wouldn't have listened.
All right.
You had to get a little shook up first, you understand? Because you behave yourself. So anyhow, they left us out of the land of Egypt. You see? So now, in other words, where they're going back, where they come from, is where they're going back to. See? So, but during the time that he was down in Egypt, Yahweh told him his seed
Yes, Dad.
must go down to the land, the promised made in Canaan land, must go down to the land that they knew not of.
Yes, sir.
Right?
Right.
Now, with a long story condensed, where are they going to? Well, where are they coming from? Canaan land.
Yes, sir.
Where are they going to? Down Egypt. Where are they going back to? Back to Canaan land.
Yes, sir.
Then what's the mystery? What's the message in it? We come from Yahweh down into the earth and we go back. As I said, I come forth from the Father, I go back.
Yeah.
You're going to do the same thing. Because it's him that's in you that's doing the same thing.
Yeah.
He's proven his own existence by everything that he's caused to be manifested.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You understand? There's no need for you to be troubled
Yes, sir.
and upset and disturbed.
Yes, sir.
You saw me? Mad and angry with one another.
Right.
Get away from that and stay away from it. I'm begging you.
Yes, sir.
I'm talking to you here.
Yes, sir.
That's right.
Bring it home.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
I'm wore out. I'm tired of it.
Yes.
If I don't have you to talk to, who do I talk to?
Yes, sir.
I've looked for you for years.
Oh, Dad.
Don't bring me no agony.
All right.
No hatred. Now, I haven't brought you that.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
And I'm going to say it too, and I'm through with it. I didn't set up this meeting. I called for the General Assembly, but I didn't set none of it up.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Who would speak, who would moderate, I didn't set none of that up.
That's right.
If you want to obey me, then why can't I obey you?
Go ahead.
I didn't tell you when to call on me or not. I didn't say nothing to you. Let the thing alone. Let Yahweh have his way.
All right. All right.
I don't care who gets up there and speaks. As long as the truth, it don't make me no difference. They can be relatives, the whole family. It don't make no difference. We're all the same family.
That's right.
We're not Kenleys.
That's right. That's right.
You understand this? And listen, quit giving a damn how things appear.
All right now.
They ain't gonna never appear to the righteous. They ain't gonna never appear right. Jesus just had you go through that.
Yeah.
Through with the blind. Oh, who called you to? How the hell I know? I'm blind. I see who did it. Went and got the parents, drug them out.
Yeah.
Then ask him, he's an age. What do you mean he's an age? He's ready to fulfill the law of the prophet. All right.
Do it then.
All of us come in with 20 visions, blind as a bat.
Right. All right. Right.
Some. Let me say this, Lord. See, you say you can't see beyond that wall with these eyes,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes.
And your vision is, see, there's nothing obstructing your life.
That's right.
You see, and you can't tell me how far you can see.
No.
That's far better. That thing on into the heaven itself. They say that the moon, how far, Gary?
250,000 miles.
250, you would never say, so you would never guess you could see 250,000 miles.
Yes. Yes.
Yes. So these eyes aren't as free as you think they are.
Yes.
But it takes Yahweh to open your understanding. Now that's the sight we're talking about.
Yes.
Because you can look into heaven, not see nothing.
Right.
You know, you can look up down the street, not see nothing.
That's right.
It's important how you see the thing.
Yeah.
So I asked, let me try to get on. So, because this is the crux of all that we're going to talk about.
Okay.
We're going to remove all the options and wrong doctrine. I'm going to address them all
All right.
during this week.
All right.
All this stuff about people being born satanic, you need to quit lying. You see? And we're satanic spirits cast out of heaven. That's not true.
Speak, Father.
None of it's true. No. You just won't let Yahweh have his way. And it's not that he's not going to have his way.
That's right. That's right.
But as far as you're concerned, you won't let him have his way. You know? And you're the one going to suffer loss, not him.
That's right. You still.
So now, what? When they had come out of the land of Egypt, and as I said, without the sling of the lamb, you see?
Yeah.
Because this will take the sling of the lamb will take you back to him, the sling before the foundation of the world.
Right.
See? All this, I'll go through it, but I got about 25 minutes before we. So I'm saying all these things work. There's a reason for all these things that are set up and why it was particular, as Dr. James McKinney tried to tell you about the furniture of this tabernacle and Yahweh Yahshua. You know, who was Yahweh Elohim Yahshua manifest, or the supernal nature manifest. And Muslim, see to it that you build all things according to the pattern I showed you in the mount. And if Yahweh descended from the top Mount Sinai and did make his grand entry to the tabernacle, then that almost implies, if nothing else, it implies that Moses did do it right, or Yahweh would have took up residence.
Right.
You understand? Do you understand that?
Yes, sir.
And what, listen, this is a lamb slain before the foundation. We talked about childbearing today.
Yes, sir.
Don't you know you was living before you was born?
Come on. Good, Dad. Good, Dad.
Did you know that?
Good, Dad.
Do you know you was living in your mama wasn't breathing?
That's right.
And was fed from the placenta?
See?
Just like Israel was fed from the clouds?
Yeah.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Did Israel eat up all that was in the cow? Did you, when you came in, did you use up all that was in the placenta? See, when Yahweh took on that little bitty shape of form, did he use all of Yahweh to make up the shape form? No. There's plenty left over. You understand? Come on and learn.
Oh, Father.
You follow?
Yes.
Learn. Desire to want to know.
Yes.
If you come here with that desire, Yahweh will show you.
That's right.
See?
Yes.
See, but he doesn't have to break into your body. He's already in it.
Teach that.
You don't have to break into the synagogue. He's already in it. What we want to do is acknowledge he's there.
Yeah.
Yes, that's it.
You follow? Now, so then they took the land. You see? Broke it with fire. And struck it. Man, point. I've done this so many times, I'm tired of doing it. This is, we call this the base. It should be over here. Take the blood with hot sauce. See? Now use the nose, and this is what you do with the blood.
Don't, hey.
Is that what you do with it? No, you take the blood, strike it. You see? Just that, strike it. You see? And we can get polytechnic and tell you where it struck first.
Yeah.
You know? Somebody said, well, where was it? Head first. See the head of all power and principality.
All right. Yeah.
Took the crown on him on the cross, then nailed him. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a lot I want to talk with you about. I want you to know. That's the reason why I have prevailed.
Yes. Yes, it is.
That's why I've endured.
That's right.
That's why I've taken a lot.
That's
If I take it, you understand, and maybe if you let it spew out on me, I can take it. Then I just consume that and give you back something better.
There you go.
But please, don't pick on one another.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Don't do that.
That's right.
Yes, sir.
Lay them to my feet.
Be careful.
So then the blood had to be struck on the 4 points, right?
Right.
Now Messiah is going to fulfill that.
All right now.
You see? When he comes in, he has to be struck. Well, let me do it over here. The bigger one. See? He's the crown of thorns.
Yes, sir.
See? Nails.
Yes, sir.
See? You see? Now he's fulfilled. Now listen. He didn't die because he had nothing else to do.
Hello.
Or he was tired, or he got in trouble with somebody. You see? In fact, they had to kill him. If you go back here and find out when they had to slay the lamb.
Yes, sir.
See, they couldn't slay the lamb till a point in time.
That's right.
So he's the oh, let me say this to you. See, all these other sacrifices, you listen to this because this is sharp. This is really looking at a thing as you should look at. When they offered up the other sacrifices, they were already dead.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's right.
Those sacrifices were already dead.
Go on, Father.
And if you're dead in your conscience, the dead cannot praise the dead.
Good, Dad. That's right. That's right. Okay.
You understand? But when he was on the cross, his blood was not strained.
That's right.
He was off on the cross alive. With his blood in him.
Yeah.
And pierced.
Yeah.
You saw me?
Speak,
So
Father.
he offered himself a living sacrifice to put death to death,
Yeah.
that we through him might live.
Yeah, yeah.
You understand?
You did.
That's what that accomplished.
Yes.
Excellent.
You saw me? It took the power out of types and shadows,
Yeah.
carnal ordinances.
That's
and nailed him to his cross.
That's right.
Colossians 2:14.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna get it. You look it up.
That's right.
Blotting out the handwriting. And listen, they didn't blot them out to say, hey, you just don't do them no more. Okay? Don't do them no more.
Tell it, Dad.
I told you to, but don't do them no more. Okay? Then how he did it. He blotted them out by turning dark. From the 6th to the 9th hour. Remember, in other words, when it turned dark, it blotted out that whole world. That's how he blotted it out. Blotting out the handwriting of the Lord that was against him and nailed to his cross.
Yes, sir.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
There's some power in what we're talking about.
Yes, sir.
You see? And the whole world's got to come to it. You see? But if you don't have the spirit of humbleness and meekness, you understand? And willing to suffer a little bit, instead of running around talking about, you ain't been to class, you can't be saved. You're an ass.
Teach, Dad.
You don't know how Yahweh gonna save folks. Ain't none of your business.
Teach, Dad.
He asked you to come to class. You understand? He disappeared to somebody else.
That's right.
He's just as saved as you are. Yahweh ain't no power to deliver. He's alone. Women know Yahweh in no classroom. What's the matter with you? You crazy? You come back there. Well, what about those people in Africa? You come and let us see you, we'll see you there.
Right.
You all that concern. I got a dime or two. I'm going to pitch in, you know. There's a bus there, you know. So those folks in Africa, they need to know too.
That's right, Nick.
So, you know, if Yahweh sends somebody along that's concerned about it, we're going to help you out and we'll send you.
That's right.
Because frankly speaking, I ain't interested in going.
Yes, sir.
But I am interested in being known and knowing Yahweh. But I ain't interested, I'm talking about this, frankly, I'm not just interested in going.
Yes, sir.
All right. And this is what I would like for Frank Gross to teach. So I'm not saying this. But his wife asked us not to call on him because of his health.
All right, Dad.
So we're not ignoring Frank.
That's
All right.
Thank you, Dad.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
This is my brother.
Thank you. Right.
You understand?
Yes, sir.
We've been together a long time.
Yes, sir.
Right.
Our fathers were together. And if you feel inspired, you want to say something, you got the floor.
Yeah.
We're honoring Gene's request.
That's all
You see,
right.
because we're all concerned for your welfare.
That's right.
That's all right.
But I wanted to make that announcement. You're not being ignored.
That's right.
Excellent.
In fact, if you felt well enough, we just might just let you sit up here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just talk to us. You know, you don't have to get up. So whatever way you want to do it. This is a great work.
Yes, sir.
And if it wasn't, I've been through a lot of things. My sister and I, as far as family, we didn't always agree with our father.
Yes.
Our mother didn't understand. See? And we didn't understand him. We had our art.
Yes.
We thought he ought to did this, you know? And he didn't. And let me tell you one thing right quick. He walked around saying he was God in the Bible.
Go ahead, Dad.
You say, well, we don't know. Now, it says we have learned that God knows everybody by name.
All right.
And he called boy. That makes you wonder, right? And then walk up to